I'm going to have some links down below in the description box to credit the different articles in which I got my information from. First, let's start with Carlito coming back to Backlash in Puerto Rico, and it was so fitting because he's born in Puerto Rico. I just love the guy, plain and simple. Right out of the gate, I was so happy. I think I actually kind of like semi-jumped from my chair and banged my knee under the table. I still have a bruise. Okay, I'm in Canada, and Carlito indirectly bruised my kneecap. That's how excited I was. Okay, and oh man, it was just awesome. So anyhow, the point is, Carlito says in his own words that he's open to any offers from anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW, okay, WWE, and his dream opponent, one of them is Roman Reigns. Wow. Oh, and the higher ups too, because don't forget, I'm not reading off a script here. I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head. The ADHD brain's not working so well all the time. The higher ups were incredibly impressed with him, with his return, and they didn't expect him to get the pop that he got. I, no offense, didn't expect him, and that's not because I don't think he's cool enough to get that pop. It's a lot of the people in the crowd are young, and they may not, with all due respect, remember Carlito, right? It's not like he had like a 20-year Randy Orton career or something like that, right? But when he came out, there was just something. And I saw an LWO shirt, and he was in there with Rey Mysterio, because we're used to predominantly seeing Carlito as a heel. You know, starting off with, I spit in the faces of people that aren't cool, you know, spit with the apple. It was just magical. So he says, and I quote his words, "Yeah, I'm open to whatever. Any good offer from anywhere, it doesn't matter. Thing is, nobody calls me, so I don't sit by the phone either. If something comes up, great. If not, I keep doing what I'm doing." So he's been on the independent circuit for quite a while. He was also tag team. I still don't know if he still is the tag team with Chris Masters, actually. And I also have in one of my links a great interview that he did a year ago with WSI Wrestling Shoot Interviews. That's really cool. It's only 6.5 minutes. It's shorter than most of my wrestling videos. Go ahead and listen to that. He talks about, you know, a lot of stuff. And yeah, so this had to do with the reaction, which I've already kind of talked about. It surpassed everybody's expectations. He just did really good. And then when he came out, I was like, man, somebody's been keeping up with it. Because if you look, not to judge, but it, you know, I mean, this is Carlito from back in the early 2000s when he was like in his 20s. Now he's like my age, early 40s. And it's like, you know, meanwhile, I'm kind of looking, I got to lose a couple more pounds there, but I'm on my way to looking like Carlito on the left there. And I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Well, maybe an in-between. Anyways, it's nice to see when somebody gets older, with all due respect, isn't really on TV as far as I'm concerned, on primetime TV, and yet still wants to take it. It's all those apples, man. He's on an apple diet. It's nice to see someone take care of themselves, stay in good shape, and make all these sometimes tremendous transformations. I mean, it's just like, wow. So he got let go originally for failing, supposedly, the wellness policy way back in the day. Not steroids, and they were going to like put him in rehab, and he didn't want to. So they talk about here how he seems to have matured a lot, and people were kind of confused. Well, he's older. Of course he's more mature. Well, no, not necessarily. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you're going to necessarily be more mature. He looks back on how he would purposely try to stir ire from the higher ups in WWE because you asked for his release first in 2007. He just wasn't happy with how he was being used. He was underutilized, which I agree with. I remember his whole tenure with WWE, and I just thought he was always amazing. I'll never forget WrestleMania. Man, everything off the top of my head here. WrestleMania 21, April 6th, 2005. Anyways, with Roddy Piper, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, just, I have so many amazing memories of him and his feud with Cena and all this kind of stuff. And I just loved it so much. Again, some people obviously aren't going to be as excited as me, and that's fine. You can't be excited about everybody. But, yeah. So they did not make any mentions as to whether or not he is going to come back. For this, it was a one-night deal. But people, again, behind the scenes were very happy, like I said. And not only that, his video of him coming back was shared apparently in like less than a day or something like that. Like over 7 million views or something like that. Like, it got a lot of buzz as well on social media. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I was floored when I saw him, and I was just like, wow. Oh, that's what I forgot to say. So when he would try to purposely get fired, he admitted and looked back and said, that wasn't the most mature thing for me to do. I shouldn't have done that because you could potentially burn bridges and stuff like that. We all know the antics with like Randy Orton in the beginning of his WWE career. He wasn't exactly, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So, yeah, he regretted that. And also another thing, too, with the creative department, they would never explain to him why they weren't using him. And he was getting very frustrated. Carlito, that is. He was getting, like, downright pissed off. He wasn't getting the answers that he wanted. And Shawn Michaels at the time, he said that he had a lot of respect for Shawn Michaels after Shawn Michaels was able to tell him to his face, look, kid, I don't like you. They didn't like him because they felt that he wasn't passionate enough about the business, that he was a little bit nonchalant and all this kind of stuff, to which Carlito says in that interview on YouTube, that that's just simply not true. If anything, I have a great passion for it. Sometimes it's hard to read people. You'll read a person a certain way and you'll think that you have an idea as to how they're thinking, but unless they tell you otherwise, and I get actions speak louder than words, but sometimes it's just very easy to misread people. So with them thinking that he wasn't passionate, him being underutilized, and him purposely trying to get fired because I think he asked for his release like 3 times, like I said, and then they finally just let him go. I don't remember at what point that whole thing was with the supposed wellness policy, but you know what? Who cares? At least it's not a Jeff Hardy DUI like multiple times, which I have no respect for that, right? So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to share that with you. Because obviously, if you're a huge wrestling fan and if you're following my channel, you probably already know that this happened because you watched Backlash, right? But I just wanted to share that little extra snippet of information about him that you may not have known about if you even care to know to begin with. So there you have it. Let me know down below, as always. A little bit of an ulterior motive because it does help scratch the algorithm on YouTube and pushing my channel a little bit more the more engagement is on a video. But also because legitimately I am curious to hear your takes on Carlito. What are some of your fondest memories? Do you remember WrestleMania 21? I do. I saw it live. It was amazing, like I said. And, of course, there's, like, multiple incidents of memories that I have of him, but I don't want to make this video 25 minutes long. So let me know down below what you think. Would you like to see him return to WWE? Who would you like to see him face off against? Or maybe AEW or any of the other promotions. Remember, I'm not biased, even though my channel is predominantly WWE-ish. I will talk about whatever promotion. I don't care. I only have 24 hours in a day, so I tend to only focus on WWE. Anyways, if you liked the video, thumbs up. You didn't like it, thumbs down. Now we know where all my hair went. It's got enough to do a little trim and give me a little hairpiece. No, I don't like hair anyways. Yeah, so if you didn't like the video, thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off in your ass as always. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, obviously that would be great now. Otherwise, that wouldn't be cool. And I'll toss your ass in that pool behind him, and he'll spit an apple in your face. Which you would probably take the pieces of and then try to sell it on eBay. I know you're kind. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.